I mean,
look at the
incredible.
Look at the body that thing has to supply blood to.
Yeah, the ventricles, you know,
2,200 pounds
are just like you could put a shot glass in them.
Hell yeah, yeah. I think
easily.
I put. Well, and then how about the trachea?
The esophagus is
unbelievable. Fist in. I mean that's their trachea is. I don't know exactly the ratio, but it's a lot bigger than like say cattle because they take that much more air in. I mean, bro, they can run 6.5 miles top speed without stopping to water.
Really?
And that's 40 miles an hour.
They can run 40 miles an hour?
Oh, I've seen it. I clocked a pregnant 2-year-old, and she might have been 3. Both of them were 3, on a snowmobile in like, it was up to their chest in snow. So they're just, and I'm like, they had gotten out, and I went out to bring them back. And I'm on the snowmobile, and I'm just looking, and they're accelerating. And I'm just like, you know, just kind of flanking them. Look over, and they're still going. Still going. I look down, I'm like 32 miles an hour in chest-deep snow. They're just like, and they're still accelerating. I'm like,
oh, my God. And they can turn fast, too. Like
they've got the dexterity of like a snake.
It's so crazy because like looking at them and being around them, you're kind of like, if you didn't know, you'd be like, this animal, there's no way it can move that fast because the legs look stubby on them, right? Yeah. They don't look like they're...
And if they're just walking, they look a little clumsy, you know? Like if they're just sort of, they're kind of like a bear, you know?
Right.
But they
bears
can walk,
are fast,
they can move
too.
backwards real quick. The buffalo can, which is different from cattle. If they can get their head around horns and everything, if they get their neck and shoulders so powerful, if they can get their head around, they can spin their entire, you know, this other half from their their neck, from their shoulder back. They can spin that around like on a dime.
Wow.
So that's like when you're building working facilities.
They're built like triangles, man.
And they
really.
They can jump 6 foot standing still.
Really?
Like Stubbs, he could clear a 6 foot fence standing still. I've seen it.
No way.
They've got like the agility of a deer. And if they can get running, man, I'll share a video with you last fall when we lost control of them at the roundup and what they did. Just so happened some kid it was his first year up there, a friend of my little brother's that was dying to work buffalo with us. I'm like, yeah, come on up. He happened to be videoing. And I'm like, oh my God, you got to send that to me. They just destroyed these panels. When they want to go, man.
Oh, they run right through them.
Anything. That's why, you know, I give advice on fencing. What do you do with your fencing? This is something like, we've got 4 strands of barbed wire around the whole perimeter. 52-inch high top wire that is electric. Other than that, if they're going through that to go somewhere else, you're doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They're not happy. So I always tell people it's more important what you do inside your fence than what you do with your actual fence. Because if
makes sense.
If they're not fed, if they're not watered, if they're bored, whatever, they're just gonna go. I've seen them go through steel fences, 8-foot fences. Mm-hmm. You know, they just sort of find a way.
Do they get bored, or if they get startled? Do you think wolves could run them through a fence, something like that?
I'm worried about wolves.
Yeah.
Not only the initial damage that they can do, but the long term. You get wolf activity in your herd, your breed back's gonna suck. It's gonna suffer. Your weight gain is gonna suffer.
They're gonna be more skittish. They're gonna be harder to be around.
They're not gonna want to breed back because they're reproductive. You know, they just stress. That's all cortisol related. You know?
Right.
And then good luck working them. Like they're a challenge enough to work them. You know what I mean by work? Mm-hmm. Roundup, wean calves, shots, pregnancy test, weight. So we bring everything through in the fall. First Thursday in November, the whole herd comes in. Wean calves, fall shots, get weights on the mamas, cull. You know, that's when we do our cull. If, you know, we've got some that don't come through pregnant or they're old and, you know, aren't healthy, you know, that's when we do our cull.
Okay.
So they're a challenge enough to get them to go through a squeeze chute.
And the squeeze chutes are huge, right?
Yeah,
compared to cattle? Like,
they're hydraulic.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hydraulic cylinders. Yeah.
That's a dangerous day for you guys then, huh? Probably.
It is. I'm the only one that's on the ground anymore with them. We used to throw a bunch of people out there and Nah, I don't try to, do the more less is more with them, and I think they're the most familiar with myself and with Julie. Julie's up at the squeeze shoot with Dad taking records, and then I'm out back and I just bring groups into the barn for them, and we get a crew. I mean, when we do the herd, I've got like 12 people, but everything's on pull gates and cylinders and things like that, so all the crew and everything can stay out of harm's way.
How many bison are on the ranch?
I got just over 100 miles. After calving, we ride around 340-ish.
That's so many.
Yeah. That includes the year's calf crop,
Yeah.
Because we finish.
That's crazy.
50.
It's so awesome to wake up in the morning and look out at that sunrise, like crawl out of your tent. It's freezing ass cold, even in the middle of summer. But just to see the bison herd out there, like the last time we were up there, just like that fog rolled in, and just to see them out there is so awesome, man. It's really cool.
That whole weekend was really special. The comet.
Yeah.
I mean, really, with the comet that was
cool.
out.
Go back to Instagram real quick, Sarah, and go to the tagged photos, maybe. I wonder. Oh yeah, right there. Hit that one right in the middle. That's the little reel that we made. I think we have some of the. Oh no, that's for 200. Sorry. Close that one.
He was a good kid. Kid with
Yeah.
a beard, lives in Boulder, I think, right? Oh,
Yeah.
there's Redford.
There's the fox, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe if you go to my personal Instagram, I know it's up there. And look, it's almost like that same photo of Donnie. I don't know. I gotta tag you guys in that. I don't know why we didn't. I could have swore I did. And then if you scroll down, probably to like October sometime, you're gonna have to go a ways down. You'll see somewhere down there some of the bison footage. We made a little reel. I normally don't do that with animals and stuff, but I think that it's such a unique experience what we're doing with Donnie and meeting you guys, and it's one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life, man. It really is.
We love hearing that.
Like,
that's one of the reasons why we continue to do it.
It
And what you
means-
said about the meat.
It means so much to me, not only from the meat, the experience. It's like doing something that's that humbling. It really puts life in perspective, and like people want to get as close as they can to that Native American culture that I'm infatuated
Especially
with.
the hunting community.
Yeah. But I am never going to complain about cutting up an elk with a regular blade again, ever.
Don't you think it's important to do that on multiple levels throughout life, like with power tools?
Yeah.
Just do some shit with a pry bar and a hammer and a hand rip saw and a crosscut, and one of those old drills that you got.
Yeah, like a hand drill. Yeah.
Drill. And your hands hurt, you get blisters, you get an appreciation for power tools and for how far we've come.
100%.
Like you just said, I will never use a steel knife again and without appreciation after using stone tools.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like it's just
develop such an
and not only that, the test of yourself. It's like there's times where like you were saying earlier, to bring it back to kind of spirituality and that sort of thing. I feel different when I eat that meat, and I've actually